Respected guests and my dear friends, Namaskar to all. Due to some official programs in Goa, I am unable to come to Delhi and attend this program. But I am thankful to the organizers since they gave me an opportunity to address all of you through online. The subject matter of this conference, the North-South divide expounded by certain people, is a fallacious creation of parochial elements and does not stand in the face of thousands of years of unity of our motherland, Bharat, geographically, historically, culturally, and even politically. The concept of Bharata Varsha, India from time immemorial, has been one starting from Samrat Bharat to Ashoka to the Maurya and Gupta dynasties. Bharat has been politically and culturally one entity is there. Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, the great saint philosopher, traversed the entire length and breadth of this country and established four madas in four corners of the country, signifying the geographical unity of Bharat. As far as our country is concerned, our national leaders, our Rishi Parambara, and even the world consider the undivided India as a single unit and always consider as Bharat. Of course, India, the term also used in our country. The unity, integrity, and of course diversity of our country is accepted by our administrative setup as well from time immemorial. If we go through our Puranas and our especially Vishnu Purana, we can see even the boundaries, description, nature, everything was specifically given about 5,000 years back. In Vishnu Purana, north of the ocean and south of the Himalayas lies the noble land of Bharat. Bharat was always a cultural and geographical entity that was an undisputed aspect. But during the time of our freedom struggle, certain people wanted to separate our country, divide our country on the lines of religion. They argued, pleaded, and used even force for the purpose of dividing our country on the lines of religion, and that is why our motherland was divided in 1947. The concept wrongly spelt by the communist ideology also, according to me, still they are believing that this country is not united, this country was not united, this country will not be united. That is the basic idea followed by them. Of course, in the Communist Party's history books, willfully they avoided their representation given to the cabinet mission visited India in 1947 March and April. Of course, national movement preferred their view that India should be united. No separation of the country be allowed. And of Muslim League at that time, their memorandum preferred before the cabinet mission shows that religion is the basis of Rashtra Sankalpa, and that is why India may be divided into India and Pakistan. That was a demand made by them. You see, cabinet mission visited India after their decision declared in 1947 February that the Attlee declared that they are going to give freedom to India. We will have to note one aspect. In 1897, February 24, Swami Vivekananda stated publicly and given a call to India that our slavery mindset may be abandoned, give up, and within 50 years we will get freedom. Exactly on the same date in 1947, Attlee declared the decision of UK to give freedom to India. I have already stated before you that what the International Congress representation, what was the Muslim League's representation for deciding the fate of our country, our motherland. Then a third representation was given by the Communist Party, in which they have pleaded for 16 sovereign countries in this Bharatavarsha. You see, they use the word sovereign republics. For that purpose, they have literally also and work-wise also Kerala, the Madhubhumi of Malayalis, written by EMS, and Vishal Andhra, written by another leader, Sodam Bangla, written by another leader. All these things were literary publications also substantiating their contention for a multi-India, that I mean the country should be divided as sovereign republics, 16 sovereign republics. I would ask a question. Of course, in your history, that portion was deleted, or willfully you are avoiding that. What about the argument of Maoist people? What is the argument of the extremist communist people? What about this aspect, whether the communist parties in India, whether they are disowning it? These are the questions to be looked into by the present generation. Whenever constitution come into existence also, many years they kept away from that concept of our constitution. I am stating all these things because even now, if we closely look into the divide on the basis of North and South, certain people are propagating because they want to divide India, and the existence of a united India, an integrated India, and a Naya Bharat on the lines of our tradition, history, and traditional concept of unity, they don't want to exist in this world. So this danger may be taken into consideration by all of us. But Vishnu Purana already I have stated before you. Practically also, you see, the Bharat liberation movements, whether it is in India, in the present Indian province, or Goa, or French, against French tyranny, we will see the role played by sannyasis. Adi Shankara, you see, Not only Adi Shankara alone, up to the present stage, Maharshi Aurobindo, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee of Anand Math, Swami Vivekananda, Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati, Param Pujaniya Guruji Golwalkar, all the spiritual leaders, they were always think, they work hard and they propagated, they traveled throughout the Bharata Varsha and tried their level best for the unity of the people of this great country. Even now, if we go through the life history of Sister Nivedita, a smart lady became the disciple of Swami Vivekananda, abandoned her country, came to India, and she stated publicly that my life is dedicated for the cause of Bharat, and her prayer in difficult situations, her prayer was on two terms. One is Bharata Varsha and other is Amma. So Bharata Varsha is considered as Amma, mother, and in that way she, the great Sister Nivedita, tried her level best and fully dedicated their life for that cause. I am without any hesitation, I can say that Swami Vivekananda, Maharshi Aurobindo, Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati, and Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Adi Shankara, if we go through the life of all of them, we can see they are not confined to their areas, their province, their ashrams. They were completely traveled throughout India. Why? Adi Shankara, of course, from Kerala. In Kaladi, he can follow the spiritual line of our concept, but he was not confined there. Without the help of any kings, any establishment, he traveled throughout the India, and is philosophical, is spiritual, and his endless effort was for the unity of this great nation. Jagadguru Adi Shankara, the great saint philosopher, traversed the entire length and breadth of this country and established 4 madas in 4 corners of the country, signifying the geographical unity of Bharat. The speaking about the unity and diversity and India's ancient tradition of global brotherhood and global welfare our Honorable Prime Minister in UN General Assembly quoted a 3,000-year-old poem of Tamil poet Kenyan, who spoke about the unity of the entire world when he said, all places are one and all people are kin. Kin not only to others, our kin. And this highlights our concept of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. In G20 also same thing, he repeated, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. One earth, one family, one future also. This is our concept. On the same lines, Honorable Prime Minister also quoted from the poem of Subramanya Bharati, the nationalist poet who in the chaste Tamil Nadu glorified the oneness of the Bharat from the Himalayas to the oceans in the south. You see, if we closely analyze our national movement, of course started from Adi Shankara. He traveled and established madas in 4 corners. And Swami Vivekananda is concerned, is Bharata Paryadan. And he opted to went to the rock in Kanyakumari, and there he got enlightened himself more from the spirit of this nationalism and went to Chicago. In Chicago, Swami Vivekananda stated, we believe not only in universal tolerance, but we accept all religions are true. So he spiritually, in the nationalist point of view, he conquered the entire world, and Bharatiya concept, Hindu concept, was widely accepted by the world thereafter. And Gandhiji is concerned also. Gandhiji, before taking the charge of national movement, he traveled the entire length and breadth of this country. Ase to Himachal, he traveled, and very important change from Madurai, and that even we all see in the history that his dress code, even coat, suit and other things, he gave up in Madurai and got inspiration from various aspects. Can any of our national leaders, could they ever think about Travancore, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, South India, North India? Such a divide was alien to them. Because of our national movement, you see, against Britishers, against Portuguese people, our freedom struggle was molded in such a way. Now people are doing these types of things. I don't know. It is proper on the part of a governor to say regarding political analysis. But recently, there was after these recent elections in some states, the political aspects I don't want to go. But I have written a book in 2017, which was released by Honorable Prime Minister on emergency, dark days of democracy. An analysis I made in that, till that is in my memory. I would like to say 10 states, of course, people of the 10 states, certain people are calling it as cow states. Another usage by the Tamil Nadu MP recently made, and he withdrew it with apology. I don't want to go through that. The so-called cow states, we are saying that Kerala people, Tamil Nadu people, or Karnataka people, we are all educated. Literary position of Kerala is far, far high than any other state in India. I would ask a simple question which was mentioned in my book. In 1977 election, all of us now accepted, all political parties in India accepted that the verdict of the people of India in 1977, in fact, the entire world accepted India, people of poverty, people of illiteracy, all things are there. But they are the largest democracy in the world. Such a certificate we accepted in 1977, bestowed on us in 1977. Who was the dynamic force behind it? What is from which place? In Kerala, out of the 20 parliament seats, 99 seats were given to that autocratic rulers in Delhi. Karnataka, total 28 seats, 26 were given in favor of anti-democratic family autocratic rule in India. What about 40 seats in at that time, according to subject to correction, I am saying 40 seats in Andhra Pradesh. Out of that, 90% were given through ballots in favor of emergency and dictatorship imposed upon India. But at the same time, then the so-called cow states, I'm not mentioning the names, out of that you see in 1971 election, 224 seats according to me, out of the 220 were given to ruling party in 1971. But in 1977, you see emergency, total press censorship in India. Nobody can read truth. Nobody can write anything in the newspaper or any type of media against the ruling government. Fundamental rights were suspended in this country. There was a hue and cry for committed judiciary, and for that purpose, judiciary was also suffering a lot at that time. Publicly, the government asked for a committed judiciary. All the popular leaders of the country from other than ruling party were put in jail under preventive detention. In such a situation, these 10 states, they were given maximum mandate in favor of the ruling setup in 1971. You see, 1977 election, they gave only 3 seats to these persons who are guilty of imposing emergency and suppressing and oppressing and killing the democracy in India. So can we say the so-called educated people or the illiterate people of these 10 states, would we accept the theory put forward by these 10 states or not? I would like to say Washington Post at that time reported that no, India, of course, majority of the people are illiterate, but their political conscience we can see through these 10 states, and that is why we people, the present people, we are living in a democracy. That is why I would like to say Adi Shankara, what type of revolution in our country was made by him? If we go through the entire parts of the country, Rameshwara you take, Rameshwara, Tamil Nadu, extreme southern end of our Bharatavarsha. Pujaris from where? Pujaris are even now from Maharashtra. You take the case of Badrinath. Our Kerala Payanur, Kerala Pujari is holding the puja traditionally. And then take the case of Kashi, one temple. You see the soil from Rameshwar being used for the purpose of puja. You take the Rameshwar, the Ganga water from Varanasi, it is being used for the purpose of puja. So, we can see the unity of the country through this process, and that is why Adi Shankara, the incarnation of God according to us, Jagat Guru Shankaracharya used the theme Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham. He declared Shivoham Shivoham, Chidananda Rupam. At the same time, Sri Jayanand, Govind concept, Narayan concept, Annapurna concept, Vishwanath concept, not only confined to gods alone, God concept alone. Our Ganga, Yamuna, are depicted as part of God. So divinity is there, ultimate truth is there, and through this process, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, the unity of the people is the need of the hour. And for that purpose, the present setup is working. And that is why Bharata Varsha, definitely it will become Vishwaguru. And through that process, we are not interested in to conquer any other parts of the world, but through love, affection, and kindness to everybody, we want to bestow our message. Egam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one. Various ways we are going and ultimately attaining the truth. So I think this Sanatan Dharma, what do you mean by Dharma? Our concept is that even you look into the emblem of Supreme Court, the emblem of the Supreme Court, we can see. Now, I don't know whether, I am not saying this as a governor, I don't want to make any comment. Look West policy opted by so many jurists in our setup. I would like to say one sentence, that the slogan in the Supreme Court, we can see what is the slogan of Supreme Court. Yato dharma stado jaya. That means wherever dharma is there, righteousness is there, their success best. Let us see Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana. When Duryodhana, in the midst of that Dharma Yuddha, Kurukshetra Yuddha, for blessings approached the mother. Normally every mother bless him. My son, be victorious. That may be the blessing given. But here the Gandhari stated, Yedo dharma stado jaya. Wherever there is dharma, let dharma will prevail. That concept was given, and according to me, the mandate of the constitution is also like that. For teaching the people, we must try for that. And democracy towards people's right to welfare and progress is a term used by one of the prime ministers of India. Democracy towards people's right to welfare and progress, and that is why committed judiciary, that is why introduced emergency in our country. And I am closing my speech, but be aware of all these things. In India, you see, in the public arena, the book that Shah Commission report, why the entire copies were destroyed and destroyal process was done. A DMK leader, Era Cherian, at the age of 89, he traveled other parts of the world for getting a copy, and he is remaking process through that line. Now we are having that Shah Commission report is with us. And what about Gandhi murder official book also? That copy also not readily available in our country. So truth is God according to Gandhiji. Let we try to propagate truth, and through that process our country will become definitely the Vishwaguru of the world, and we will love the people in the universe as a whole, and Loka samastha suguno bhavantu vasudhaiva kudumbakam. All this would come and you work for that. I wish this conference all success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.